Hey, look at that. My mic's on. Is your mic on, guys? Oh no. Wait a minute here. Wait just a hot minute here. I need to adjust something. Welcome everybody to the stream. You can see these fine people next to me, but you cannot hear them. They can hear me, but I can't hear them. What have I not done? Or alternatively, what have I done? Interesting. Let me just go in here and make a small adjustment to the properties. Ah, I see. OBS has set our chat conference system to the default option, rather than this one, which we'll now press, and we'll be able to say hello.
Nice.
Can we be heard yet?
There we go. I hope you weren't swearing.
No.
Because if you were, it all went through.
I never swear.
There you go. Now chat can hear you.
You never swear. I've got 100,000 points here that say otherwise.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
Because I have to try and find ways to bring it into roleplay, which is really hard sometimes. And I'd say it, and then Corey just looks at me. He's
before
like,
you start roleplaying.
Ah.
Yeah, we've been Widow's becoming a right cheery soul, isn't she? Just cussing all the way through.
I know. It's just
Brilliant.
so bloody shitty.
Nice.
It's classy.
There you go.
No, it's classy. I like it. What's up, everybody? What have you all been doing? How did getting stabbed feel? Blades in the dark, stabbed.
I see what you did there. Yeah, it felt okay.
It was a very good injection that I had. I didn't feel a thing.
Yeah.
Did you relax your arm? Did you, or did you tense up? Some people tense up, and that's when it really.
It just happened. It was fine.
You should give you a wee shoulder rub or something just before you go in for your just to make sure.
I didn't get a sticker this time.
Oh, no sticker.
No, only on the card.
sticker.
Only on your little card to say you've had both.
If it wasn't one of these, because I had a sort of cool round sticker before, and it's worn out, and now I was hoping to replace it.
Did it have Mickey Mouse on it or Donald Duck?
Can't tell now, but I'll just have to imagine it had something on it.
I was a
get
brave
stickers.
girl.
How do you get? No wonder you're so behind. No wonder we're so behind in our inoculations. The printers can't print enough bloody stickers. We don't get stickers in Scotland.
That's why no Scottish people are getting vaccinated because they're not getting stickers.
Well, I thought I was going to get a sticker because as the woman walked by with the trolley, the trolley dolly that was giving you the injections, at the bottom I could see the stickers. I got asshole, there's the stickers, I'll get my sticker in a minute. And then she walked by and went, you've been here 15 minutes, and she went, yeah, you can go. And I was like,
No.
Slightly waited for a moment to get my sticker. Nothing.
Next week, Ash is going to a drive-through stabbing place. She's going to drive through, get stuck with 5G, and we'll drive off again.
You can't. You have to wait 15 minutes. It says.
Yeah, if you're driving.
Real drive-through where you drive through with the window down and then
somebody has.
That would be.
Few people get it in the side of their head. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a drive-through thing. You have to wait 15 minutes if you're driving. If somebody else is driving you or you're walking out, you're fine. Just go. But a drive-through, would be interesting.
No. You have to sit for 15 minutes to decide whether you're unwell or not.
See, that's why you get a sticker.
She says to me, "Are you fit and healthy?" I went,
We just get told to leave.
You know what was really worrying? She said, "Are you fit and healthy?" I went, Look left, and the doctor I'd seen on Monday, who had treated me, giving me antibiotics, was on the next row giving the injections. I was like,
Oh, dear.
How did yours go?
Just in one door, asked the same kind of questions, got handed a bit of paper, stuck in the arm, and then got told to go. Kicked out the other door, other side of the room, and then out into the garden and in the car park.
I think it's great. Our COVID
quick.
pandemic injection centres full of about 70 people all sat on chairs waiting around with masks on to get injected.
Yeah, none of that. There's nobody else in apart from the staff. It was just straight through, just one at a time. So, yeah, good. Maybe a wee bit. Anyway, who knows? Talking about sticking sharp objects into people's flesh, we are here today to play a game of Blades in the Dark, and
I don't know how it's supposed to go.
there's been some shenanigans in last week's episode. We actually managed to successfully.
Well, you haven't yet failed in anything.
Well, no, but I mean not just success, but within the parameters of.
As in the dice rolls were.
Yeah. We actually managed not to completely derail the whole thing by rolling under 4 every time. So that was kind of unheard of. Is there anything that... We're not quite ready yet, Ange, are we, with the June schedule? But there's some...
Yeah, we are, apart from one date, so it's fine. I can quickly...
What's roughly happening? Just a quick...
Basically, we've fallen into a nice routine anyway of like the RPG club on a Tuesday, which is where we're trialing out different games. So like, got that. At the moment, we're trialing out Trail of Cthulhu, and then we're going to try some other ones. So if anyone's got any games they want to come in for a chat, we're quite happy to do that
Cool.
when we manage it, because there's holidays and things happening. But
People getting sick and shit like that. It's been...
Yeah, it's one of those strange things. So basically next week, which is June the 1st on Tuesday, we'll start with the Tuesday RPG, then we're going on to Carbon, Mutants, and it just runs through as normal like that. We've got questions and answers on June the 13th. We've got on June the 18th, John Hicks is running us again at those Dark Places.
Yes!
So that's cool. And I think that's the only thing that's like slightly out of tick. June the 19th is down for Mutants and Mastermind, but we've just realised the IMT is not available on that night, so we are coming up with an alternative. We've already got a couple.
I think we've decided, haven't we, what the alternative is, and it sounds very, very interesting.
I think we decided while you were downstairs, actually. Sent you a message and you missed it.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah, you were busy doing other stuff.
So, guys, what's happening on the 19th?
Hellboy RPG.
Oof.
Hellboy?
Yep.
Oh, that's the guy with the big horns, red thing, and
Sure.
the funny
that's
hand.
She's gonna be great.
All of
isn't
that's accurate.
it? Yeah.
He has got a weird hand, and through that whole film, that hand annoyed me. It was just so annoying.
The big red man
Weird
with the weird
hand.
hand will not be appearing, unless I really rethink the story between now and then.
Okay. Don't like the weird hand. It was just every time it was on screen, it was.
Well, it's just going to be set in the universe of Hellboy, so...
Yeah, so the players will be BPRD agents. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes, the players will be BPRD agents,
Cool.
which I'll probably pre-make because the character creation's a bit crazy. But they'll be investigating something happening somewhere that I haven't decided yet, but I need to run this RPG because it's in my brain.
All right.
Oh.
There's going to be a story that I'll come up with after this stream.
So will we be like superheroes, or will we be like Men in Black?
Men in Black. You're leaning close to Men in Black. And women. Women in black as well.
Somebody in black.
Possibly fish people. There's a fish
People
person.
in black.
I don't want to be a
We're
fish
men.
person.
We're men.
I'll have a
Black.
think.
Back to the forest looking for a snack.
Well, I'm broken now.
Where do you go from there?
How about a game? How about we play?
We could maybe do that.
Yeah. Don't forget, tomorrow we're doing Dungeons and Dragons at 9 o'clock, and then there's going to be an extra special game coming up on Sunday, this Sunday
Oh,
coming,
God.
which you're going to be able to get into. We think maybe there's a possibility if you want to listen in, you can do so via our Discord. So if you're not already a member of our Discord, please do jump in
Yeah,
and hear
Saturn
this.
666, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
At this rate, John Hicks is already more games on the channel than any of us. It's just.
Welcome to the John Hicks channel.
We'll rebrand. It'll be
We just got so much energy. That's the problem. And the
Is
rest
it
of
true,
us,
guys?
I said earlier.
fucking hell. And he's like,
If you haven't already
Oh.
checked out one of his games on our VODs on our YouTube channel, go to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and then watch his DM style. It just does. There is no let up. It's absolutely fantastic. So Yeah, if you want to, please jump over to our YouTube.
The cool
and
thing
give
about
that.
Sunday is, as well, we've got a few new different faces. Meema's playing, and one of the Ducktail guys is coming over.
Brilliant.
Ruffian.
Yeah,
Wait,
so I managed to
yeah.
sort that out. Yeah, so he's coming over. So we're not streaming it, so it's not like a collaboration of sorts, but it's a start.
Yeah.
I messaged Kelly last night. I was having a chat with him, and he said he wanted to play, then he couldn't. So but I think he might be playing the June the 18th.
Oh,
Cool.
John Hicks game.
nice.
Kelly will be. So we might have to have a word with him about that, because obviously that'll be like almost like a dual stream, because obviously Ducktails does theirs. So
Nice.
yeah. So that's all in the underneath going on. I've been a bit off the ball. I have recently. I started a new job. It's took loads of time, loads of my head, illnesses and that. So, but I'm back now and nagging and bugging everybody. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't have it any
Sorry,
other
not
way.
sorry.
Let's go. We have a game to play. Handing over
Holy
to our games
shit,
master
dude.
for tonight. So
yeah,
we'll pirate.
We had a relatively successful score, didn't we, last time? You guys managed to steal something from the Red Sash HQ, which is going to really piss off. Also, may have started a bit of a war in Crow's Foot, which is going to be interesting as well. So
Nice.
we're coming straight off of the score. So you guys, we just got to quickly do your downtime and shit like that, because you're all probably stressed out and.
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
Oh, okay. Oh, we'll just skip that bit then. Anybody injured? But we do need to kind of quickly go through and do XP and stuff as well, right? Because you guys did good.
Yeah.
So do you want to do? Should we do the XP first? Or do you want to do a downtime first? One of you. And who wanted to go first?
I can go. I've only got 2 stress.
So were you going to indulge your vice and risk
I'll go shopping.
remember, if you roll over the amount of stress you have, you overindulge and things happen. Bad things.
Ominous.
Yes.
Only got 2.
Yeah.
What are the chances of me rolling a 6 when I don't
Pretty-
want one?
Pretty high.
Pretty high.
Pretty high.
Okay.
Pretty
Yeah,
high.
I'm not.
Didn't want one.
Yeah, no. Okay.
do
shan't. I should
do
leave
you have
it.
any injuries or anything that you need to get?
Nothing.
fixed up? Nothing like that. So actually, you could. There are things you could do. You could attempt to. What could you attempt to do? You could train. You have your crew has an ability which allows you to train. Get 1 XP added onto one of your. Is it prowess? Not prowess, is it?
It is prowess.
I'll do that
It
then.
is prowess.
However I have to do, I'll do that.
Okay. Look at Ashlyn momentarily. You can put an extra dot in prowl, skirmish, or wreck.
What's wreck again?
It's the one that Tar does a lot of.
Smashing stuff.
Yeah, breaking stuff.
Skirmish.
Skirmish is kind of fighting hand to hand and.
I might do. You can't go any more than 3 dots, can you?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, I'm going to go for skirmish, because I've had a couple of times where I've had my thin sword out
Your thin sword.
and I've got no extra help
Painful.
there, so I'm going to go for that then,
Okay,
which I've done.
sure. And you don't need to indulge in your vice. I mean, you actually have 2 downtime actions. Can you train again? I can't recall. Should we say yes?
Yeah, that sounds like good if I'm going to
Sure,
get an
that's
extra
fine.
dot.
Yes. So yeah, have another dot somewhere. Then amongst one of those abilities.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
You want to think about it while we deal with somebody
Yeah,
else?
you go on and I'll think about it and then I'll decide which one to pop it on.
All right. Who's up next? Anybody want any downtime to do?
Go on then.
Yeah. Tar.
I have a lacerated back. I
You
got
do, you
a
have a-
very nasty slash down the back of my coat.
You
And it-
did from a sword, a red sash sword, did you
It
not?
was not pleasant.
I mean, considering you were fighting the red sashes, probably lucky to get away with just that.
I would like to go to see my... Oh, no, she isn't my friend anymore, is she? I lost her as a contact. Is that right?
It was the person from the docks you lost, is it?
It was the docs. Phew. Right, I'll go and see... Can I go see the healer friend of mine up in the market?
Yeah. You can. You can.
Because I can't heal myself.
Well, you can, but you take stress by doing. You would take 2 stress, which is okay because you can then spend a downtime action relieving stress. But you're already on. What's that? You're on 5 stress at the moment. Right?
Yeah. I will attempt to heal with my good friend who I don't have a note of somehow. Well, I don't have a
No,
note.
don't worry about that. I can't recall either. So
Yeah.
for some reason, whenever the game updates, it does remove the notes tab.
Has the game updated or?
It has. Yeah.
That's where my notes were. That's where I wrote down all the things I did to get XP when we can't.
Oh yeah, I
but-
can't get into it.
But yeah,
I'll
we're
write
not
it
going to
in.
worry about that right now.
No, we're not.
We'll wing it. We're great at winging it.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
Anyway, she was, and I think she was a quality 2 or something. So you were going to roll 2 dice, weren't you, to see?
Okay.
You can do that on the dice roller on the left-hand menu there, if you wish.
That's, poor roll.
3. So you tick 1 box in the healing clock there.
Damn.
You get a chance to do it again if you really want it, or you can try and reduce stress.
I'm going to have to take a chance. See, I know what's going to happen here. Having rolled
You're
low,
gonna roll this.
I'm going. Right. I would like to roll for stress, please. I'm going to go and see Grizz in the fighting ring. Having traversed the length and breadth of Duskfall, I'm going to end up at the other side where the fighting is happening that night. And I go in and I'm looking a bit beaten up. Like, he's used to seeing me standing tall, but I'm finding it hard to stand at my full height.
Right, you're a bit hunched over at the
Yeah,
moment, leaning your back. Yeah, that would make sense. But he will kind of ignore. He knows the kind of line of work you're in, and he's wearing his yellow and black check suit that he's wearing with his top hat, standing on his crate as he's filling out his betting slips.
Excellent.
Smiles, of course, when he sees Tar, and Tar, you're going to lose yourself in a little bit of gambling on these fist fights.
As soon as I walk in through that,
in the ring,
I will not end up in the ring. Not this time. Not this time. Oh, I had 5. Hang on. I need to roll a d6, not press the stress button.
you click. If you click resolve, I think that's the one you want.
2. That's not terrible.
Yeah.
I have no
stress.
I have no coin to spend, so I am done.
Well, actually, you will have coin. You will have coin because you had completed the task, and really we should have given you the money for that right away. So that would be 4 coin that has been. Was it 4? Was it 4 that we said?
We usually say 4 because then it's 1 each, and then 1
It was
for
6. That's what it was.
6. Yeah, I like it. So, 1
It is
each,
now,
and
anyway.
2 for the bank.
Yeah.
The crew bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm marking the 2 for the crew bank, so that's cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, sure. So there's your downtime actions, and we jump to Nicholas's downtime.
Yep.
What would Nicholas like to do for downtime?
I am attempting to find a fence, but I have a very specific requirement.
Okay.
I'm looking for a fence who is often associated with lamp blacks.
Oh.
Specifically, I'm looking for a fence who would not trade with the red sashes, but would look like he'd been trading with the lamp blacks.
Okay.
Because I'm going to sell this fence the red sash headmaster's sword that I borrowed.
Oh yeah. Right. So what's going to happen here is we're going to start a clock. Right, and this clock will be. Oh. Finding a fence that is not friendly with a red. This isn't.
That would
gonna
be easy.
It would be relatively easy. I think this is going to be a 4.
They've all got their
Well,
enemies.
So basically, what ability would Nicholas like to use to kind of roll against to see if he can find a fence that will take this sword out of his hands?
I'm thinking survey. I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for thief marks and such that would
Yep.
indicate a fence, but I'm still looking for a fence that lamp blacks are trading with. So it's going
Yeah.
to be a lot of following lamp blacks and watching where they're going, kind of thing.
Yeah. So I mean, anything. I think you could even make an argument for prowl for something like that as well. if you
Prowl
want.
and survey are the same for me, so
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you want
it's a
to?
5.
Cool. So that's going to 5 is going to fill out 3 of those segments. So you're not quite there.
Not quite
But
there.
you've spent a reasonable amount of time kind of searching around for watching lamp blacks as they're going to and from their HQ to various people. But so far, they haven't led you to anybody that's been fencing any stolen goods. Maybe it's because the lamp blacks don't really deal with stuff like that. They tend to be more into the smuggling things into the city. And actually, no, that would be about right, though, wouldn't it? Drugs and things like that. So,
Somewhere along the line, someone's got to be using a fence.
I think you're right. I think you're right,
Sure,
and I
we
think
can
you will
find one.
find out. You
Yeah.
do have a second downtime action, whether you wanted to continue with that or whether you wanted to.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take a second action for acquiring that asset, acquiring that fence.
Yep. Okay. I mean, you're going to do it now. If you take a second action, there's no way you can.
Yeah.
And so.
I'll roll anyway.
Okay. Let's because if you get a critical, who knows?
Exactly. But I didn't.
Oh. So yeah, you've spent a few days just following odd lamp blacks as they seem to be kind of going about their shifty business. It's been particularly dangerous actually, and one of the reasons it's taking you so long is because at the moment there is a full-scale war going on in Crowsfoot. The bell from the crematorium has pretty much been ringing almost constantly, and there's been open fighting in the streets. Weird thing is you've not seen any blue coats whatsoever, but you have been kind of following some of these lamp blacks as they've been scurrying around carrying some items, and you spot a likely candidate as he leaves alone the lamp black from the lamp black's headquarters. You've been watching groups of them kind of heading off carrying weapons, heading off to go and fight on the front lines, as it were. But this one guy who just seems to be alone, and he is carrying something, quite a large package that looks a little bit suspicious. And you follow him. You spend like a day wandering around the city following this guy, and it looks like he is trying to evade anybody that's following. He leads you across the town into Night Market, and a building that basically has a sign across the top of it which says something like Chadwick Duggan, purveyor of fine goods. And he disappears in there for some time before leaving with the package no longer.
Makes sense.
Yes.
I'll give him some time for the gentleman to wander off, and then
Yeah.
I'll nip in and see Mr. Duggan. Okay.
And he's this thin, wiry-looking fella with grey hair that's kind of just around this part of his head, completely bald on top. A long, wiry grey beard, quite a small guy, with round, gold-rimmed glasses, and he kind of smiles at you as you enter. Welcome to Duggan's.
Hello. I'm looking for a friend.
Aren't we all?
I have an item of dubious provenance.
Mhm.
And A friend in the Lamplighters tells me that you deal with such items at times.
Oh. Well. What is it that you have for sale?
I take the sword out from behind my jacket. A sword of Neruvian design, finely made. The previous owner is somewhat reluctant to let it go, I would assume. But I'm sure a man of your talents can get some coin for it.
Yeah, I mean, he literally craps himself when he sees this sword come out. And
That
he
is pretty much
scurries
the reaction I
across to the
expected.
door and shuts it, locks it, blind down, with closed sign on.
Said it was dubious.
The owner, is he looking for this item?
Well, it's been missing from its place for a couple of days now. I suspect so. Might be good to get it off your hands quickly, eh?
And I mean, it is fine craftsmanship. How much would you be looking for this item? It obviously would be very dangerous for whoever attempts to sell it on. And he looks at you a little bit like.
Yes, that's a fair point. You might have to give me a guideline here, actually, because I'm not sure what this would fetch as far as coin is concerned. I know coin's a bit of a vague currency in the sense, anyway.
It is. It's a fine sword. I think you could probably ask for 4. It's probably worth more.
No, that makes sense. But what I'd be able to ask the fence for, with the fence, have the likelihood of still selling it on.
I mean, if you wanted, if you wanted to try and get more for it, you can try a roll.
No, I think 4 is a fair price for this piece. You're going to have to get rid of it quickly. You probably can't take all the coin you want for it.
That is true. And he disappears. He gestures you to come in through the back of the shop, and to bring the sword with you.
I follow him.
And he gets you to place it down on a table. It's in the back room there. He kind of examines it even more closely and looks at it, and then cleans it all very nicely with a cloth after he's finished kind of touching it, and then he disappears into another room that's out the back there, before coming back with this bag of money. 4 coin, you say?
That seems suitable to me.
Excellent. He hands you the money and wraps the sword up back in the little cloth or whatever you'd got covering it, and before taking it out the back room. Pleasure doing business with you. And
Certainly.
If you find any more items of high quality, please remember Duggan.
I'll be sure to step in next time I'm in the area. I'll leave.
Yep.
Sort of quickly.
And the shutters go back up. The closed sign becomes an open sign. And yeah.
How convenient.
Noise.
I am going to spend the coins to an extra downtime action.
Okay, you can do that.
While I'm here. Which is indulging my vice.
Okay, and what is the vice for Nicholas?
It is stupor, which, in his personal preference, is a powder he finds in dark alleyways.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he has a dealer, doesn't he? That seems to like hanging out in the alleyway.
I have
Sure.
a dealer in the alleyway in the docks.
You do.
Which is an interesting place to find powder,
Let's face it. Yeah. No good can come of this. Let's make a roll and see.
Yep.
See how that works out for Nick.
That's 3.
3. So you lose 3 stress.
Good enough for me.
Yeah. Yes.
Oops. There we go.
Cool. So yeah.
Send on. 2 of that coin is going to the crew. when I come
Okay.
back to the hideout.
Oh,
I'll stay
brilliant.
2 in.
Nice one.
Whatever
Yeah.
wherever we're storing our coin as a crew.
Yeah, I mean, you do have a stash there, I think, on the cruise sheet, which you can stick colour 2 boxes in if you wish.
Maybe fun. It's slightly fun. We're now at
Is it
5 out
full?
of 4 coin. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, you can just hang on to the other one for now, because you may want to spend it in a bit. And, Ashley,
Yes.
you were training, were you not? Have you had any extra dot into your...
I'm going to put it under skirmish.
Okay. Yeah, okay, nice. 2 in skirmish. Right, now, the other cool thing is then, XP, folks.
Before we do that,
Yeah.
would I be able to spend coin in trying to get some more healing?
You may.
Because I am badly injured and it's unpleasant. I don't like it. So
Yeah, no, yeah, you can.
I'll
certainly
spend
do
my
that.
coin, and that's it. Gone. Easy come, easy go. Tar doesn't need any of that kind of stuff.
He's not interested in money, right? He's a.
It's in
He's lost
for a
weight.
reason. In for a reason. Right, let's go. So 1 dice, 1 die,
No, it's 2. Remember?
2, and then I rolled a 5 this time.
There you go. That's going to fill in 2 boxes, 2 segments of that healing clock.
That's better.
Yeah.
It's not great,
Is
but
it?
it's better.
Have you got a block
Good.
left or something?
1
Have you
block
segmented
left.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. So, should we quickly deal with your XP? Did you address a challenge with stealth? No, stealth and evasion is the other guy. Technical skill or mayhem? Well, that's an interesting.
Mayhem, eh?
At the end,
Yeah,
towards the end of the last adventure,
Yeah.
I basically burned the Red Sash's training
You-
hall headquarters
blew
down.
You blew up like the head.
There was an incendiary device involved.
Yeah, on the underneath of the desk. So there was a whole fuse wire thing going on. It was and I also spread coals from the fire onto the carpet just to set it off. It was
You did.
beautiful. It was beautiful.
Come to think of it, after all that, maybe you won't notice his sword's missing.
That's a good point. It got burned in the fire. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, do you want to give yourself 1 or 2 XP for that? I mean,
It was only one thing, so I'm going to give myself 1
yeah,
for
give
it.
yourself 1 point. Okay. And you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, your background.
I
or
did.
struggle with. Yeah, did you know?
And I did it more
Because
than
you always
once.
do.
Well, no, because I remember writing it down that I did do it, and I remember writing it down twice, but because my notes have been deleted, I don't have them there. So I'm giving myself.
I'm gonna.
Bit of
That's
paper
right. That's all right. I'm gonna believe you.
I'm writing them
Don't
in.
use IT. Yeah, don't use IT for this note-taking stuff.
Yeah.
Use paper.
And I have multiple bits of paper. So
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I will use Sublime on a different screen. It's fine.
I'll buy you a notebook.
Yeah, okay, you can give yourself your 2 points there.
I didn't struggle. I didn't struggle with
With
anything.
device or traumas?
Nah.
No, not really. I mean, no, we haven't got anybody that's got a trauma except for Slip, who's not with us at the moment.
He's in a bad
Sure,
place.
it'll turn up eventually.
He is in a bad place.
Yeah. So, who's going to go next? Should we do Nick?
Yep.
Nicholas. Now, did you address a challenge with stealth or evasion?
Multiple
I
times.
think you did it multiple times. And so there's 2 XP that you get to mark on that. And you expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Now, are you sure?
I don't recall doing.
Because I believe it was somebody
Not
from your
last session.
background that kind of led you into the whole score, was it not?
Well, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair point, because it did come from my contact,
did.
which I suppose counts.
did.
Yes, fair enough. That's
Yeah.
a 1.
Give yourself
I
a
did not
yeah.
mark that down in that case.
Ashlyn. Did you address a challenge with deception or influence? Can anybody remember?
No, to be fair, I'm just looking through the notes and I didn't.
You didn't. Did you express your beliefs, drives heritage or background?
I think it was a
No.
non-XP
Okay.
thingy for me, this
So
one.
it's okay. Must try harder. Is that what we're going to mark your report with? Is that?
No, it's just a
Yeah.
case of the way my character is, really. It's just, you know, I do finesse. I mean, I try to finesse
No, you.
Bazo, but that wasn't the...
Oh no. Oh, maybe you can think about that then. As you swayed him. You swayed Basho into helping you with the score.
Mm.
Oh yeah, his guys came and did the distraction in the pub, didn't they?
And that's pretty
Exactly,
useful.
and
In
that
fact,
was all, that was based on you doing what you do.
They
You went
started a
and
war.
sweet talked him, yeah, and yeah, now they're at war, and they'll thank you for that later. But it was worth it. So I think you did. You influenced him. I think that's worth an XP
So-
point.
Do I put that on the abilities tick?
Yeah, where it says abilities, because that's full now, which you will get
Yeah.
to choose an extra ability for
oh, cool.
your playbook.
Okay, I'll put it on.
No, you choose an ability, like you've got mesmerism there, you're going to get a new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're fun.
I don't know where to look for them.
Okay. Let me see if I can assist you with that. Right. Yeah. So if you look on the little bit on the
Cogs.
yeah, it's the one next to the one that looks like little
Pendium,
people.
yeah.
The items directory. In there, you've got characters, abilities, slide, and you can look at those in there. Can you see them?
True abilities.
Nope, nope. It just says characters, abilities, hide.
What does it say? Characters. It says abilities, backgrounds, classes, crew abilities, crew reputation, crew types,
Oh, this is on me, isn't it? This is me.
crew upgrades,
All right, here we
heritage,
go. Let me help
items.
you out.
If you
You see
hit
it
plus on this,
Classes. No.
if you see, look on the stream, Ange. See that little plus there on the sheet,
Do it again.
and then it goes, doing.
My sheet is not doing any of that, and my sheet's not got showing any pictures. I think I seem to have an unstable sheet.
Oh, maybe a refresh then required. We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll what I'll do is I'll log in and out and see if that changes anything.
Anybody else managed to
Yes.
get another ability or anything? You've gone as
I've
well.
taken an advance in prowess.
Hey, okie dokie. Nice one. Right, I think that's that. The crew, however,
Mm.
is a little bit different. You are going to get some reputation and all that malarkey. And I think you are going to get enough rep to actually fill the rest of that box on your rep. Okay.
It's
So what
been a
that means
while.
is- It has. What you're going to have to do is you're now going to. You can go up to tier 1. But it's going to cost 8 coin. It costs 8 times the tier level that you're going up to move up a tier. So if you have enough between you to do that, you can spend that. Something else that we forgot, we should have done this first before you did your downtime, which would have been would have been the heat that you would have got from that score. But I don't think you'd have got too much. I think you got 2 heat from that anyway, because nobody died.
Okay, I've added that on.
Okay, do you want to did you want to spend a coin and go up a tier? Or do you want to wait?
We've got 4 coin in the crew.
5.
Yeah, well,
There's a +1
you're
in
holding,
notes because we're at 5 and there's only 4
yeah,
boxes.
you're kind of I think Nicholas is kind of holding on to a coin which he's willing to stick in there.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
But at the moment, you don't have enough space in the crew bank, as it were, to put
Yeah.
the extra coin. So
Because storing stuff safely, storing money safely, requires significant amounts of security, and we can only afford a very, very small stash to hold it.
that's
But
right.
we can upgrade it later, can't we? We can.
You can, yeah. You can do that again. Another point. I think the crew XP we can just have a quick look at as well. Execute a successful espionage, sabotage, or theft operation. I think you
Yep.
probably did.
Yeah, I did one there.
Okay.
Just
Contend
have
with
to
giant-
turn into sabotage, but we'll ignore that bit.
Contend with challenges above your current station. You definitely did. They are a tier 2 faction that you were up against. So do you want me to put these blocks in? Here?
I've added one already. Do we want to add 2 for
Okay.
that? Because we did actually contend with it in terms of setting up the Basho diversion, which was quite a big part of that, and then we went in and actually infiltrated it, and then we actually got out of it as well alive.
Go on then. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one. Now, your reputation is professional. I think you did, personally.
Yeah.
I think you definitely did bolster your crew's reputation.
Okay, so
Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
No, I need to get better at that.
Yeah, well, there's time. Yeah, excellent. So we'll worry about the increase in rep when maybe after the next score you can get some more cash. You would have enough to.
Yeah.
You're pursuing money now to
We
go
are.
up to your next tier.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the bookkeeping out of the way, folks. Right, and as I've stated, we are now in a situation where there is a war going on in Crowsfoot. The Red Sashes and the Lamp Blacks have been going at it for a couple of days.
That's okay, because we live elsewhere and we operate elsewhere, so it doesn't really affect us. Hey!
No, I mean it doesn't. It doesn't. In that regard, you are absolutely correct.
We cause trouble and we get to go home afterwards.
Yeah. The bell has been ringing for days.
Yeah.
There's obviously been a lot of bloodshed on both sides. Huh. And I think Ashlyn maybe is probably the one that is going to receive a little message.
A massage.
Massage. Yeah. I kind of figure that Ashlyn is one of these people that maybe she kind of lives in a fairly expensive kind of apartment that she doesn't pay for. I just kind of have this feeling that that's kind of maybe a bit like real life, Ange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right here in my notes, coincidentally.
It's
Several
all-
pages back. Last time we
And-
discussed it.
and I think there's a knock at your door one evening.
Okay. I go up and look through. I have got like a secret thing that I can look through, see what it is.
Oh, like a spy hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a guy standing outside. You don't recognize this fella. Oh, would you? You would. He's definitely a member of the Lamp Blacks. He's carrying a few extra scars on his face, like perhaps from the last time you see him, which are kind of partially healed over, like he's been patched up a little. And he knocks again at the door.
I open it. Fine. You right?
He just looks up at you and he says, Basho,
What about him?
he wishes to speak with you and your friends.
Look a bit worse for wear.
That's very funny.
Been fighting.
That is also very funny.
I am hilarious.
Make a swear roll. No. No. He kind of says, whenever you're ready, and turns on his heels and makes his way down the stairs.
I shut the door and I check the time. Is it evening?
Could be whatever time do you want it to be. It doesn't matter when. No, it's not. It's not evening. It's early afternoon. That's what it'll be.
Okay. I get my stuff together and I head down to
The warehouse.
the warehouse. Do we call it a base? Do we call it headquarters?
It's your lair.
Lair.
Your
A
lair.
lair. It is wherein we lair.
You're a lair.
I'm taking you to my lair. So I head down there and I use the secret door ghosty thing to get in.
Yeah.
Spooky.
You enter through the ghost field into the little office that's kind of. It used to be a part of the building many years ago, and has probably disappeared, collapsed sometime in the past. But here in the ghost field, it still exists as an echo, and you kind of enter into the room, the light casting this kind of blue electroplasmic glow from above. What's in here? What have you guys got in the office?
Maps and plans.
Yeah. Some weapons. I've got different disguises because I can dress into different
Yeah, you keep
outfits.
them here.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Tars moved a little bit of his exotic equipment for science in, just a little bit, not too much to be kind of annoying, but just some in the corner.
You need to upgrade for the workshop that you used to
Yeah,
have. You
just
need
a
to-
I'm giving all of that a wide berth. Anything that looks like Tars touched it, I'm just avoiding.
yeah. Probably for the best. Yeah. So Ashley, is anybody else there when Ashlyn arrives, or is everybody out doing their own thing by that point?
Yeah, I could see him there. I've just finished. I've just finished with the fence, so I've come in to dump coin into our collective stash.
The coffers.
The coffers. It's a better word than collective stash, but I like the sound of stash.
Yes. Into the stash it goes.
This is where we keep our money, in the stash.
Nicholas.
Yes.
I've had a visit. Basho wants to see us. Where's Tar?
I don't know, but I hope he's not blowing anything up. Have you seen the situation in Crow's Foot? I'm not sure it's best to try and go and visit Basho right now.
Be fine. We'll be discreet. The red sashes aren't actually. The fights are happening away from the headquarters of each group.
I
Fine.
certainly hope so. Right.
I'll follow your lead and take the discreet. We'll take the discreet way.
If you want to follow my lead, you're going to have to get a bit better at climbing, unfortunately.
Can we take a discreet way which doesn't involve me climbing up lamp, guttering and things?
I'll
You've
think
got a lot
about
of
it.
maps and shit, haven't Yeah.
Where are we going to find
Hmm.
tar?
God knows. Well, we'll check the maps and find a way that we can avoid most of the fights. To get there, maybe he'll turn up.
Yeah,
If not, we'll leave a note. He knows where to go.
makes sense. I'll start to pull out some of the maps of the Crow's Foot area.
Cool. Where would we find Tar right now then, if he is not here in the?
He's been back at the Mirrored Palace,
Oh, okay.
and he's collected a few things, and just picked up a few supplies, and he's made his way back over, on foot, and he's thinking about heading, and he goes past a street, and he thinks he recognises some people on the other side.
Okay.
And he thinks it's Sylv, and he just looks, and he just tells him, "Yeah, don't know. I don't know where she is. I'll keep going. My new home is," and he just keeps kind of walking up the street towards the base in the warehouse.
Yeah. Is he likely to bump into? Let's say he's going to bump into his two companions as they are leaving. So Tar is carrying his his luggage over when as you were just leaving the warehouse. You tell him, I guess, what the deal is.
Tar, moving in, I see.
Yes, I thought I'd get a little bit of extra equipment. Last time I felt like there wasn't quite enough power in the explosion. I do feel I could have taken off at least a wing of the house, but never mind.
Fine. Place your stuff down. We're going to see Bazo.
Oh, I've just come from there. Never mind, let's go.
Wants to see us, apparently.
That's
Right.
nice. How are you, Nicholas?
Well enough. Please don't put that there.
Oh,
Use that table over there.
yes, so we should really upgrade this place a little bit. It needs, well, where's the other one? Solomon?
Oh,
I don't
we've
know.
sent.
Maybe we'll see him on the way.
I think he had some scores to settle of his own.
Maybe we won't see him on the way. I mean, we're going to talk to Bazo. We don't need everybody. We don't need to come in full force to talk to Bazo, but
We'll leave him a note.
fair. No, Tar, not that table. Not near the maps.
Well, there's nothing going to burn
Oh, cat.
unless I
Cat stream.
mix
Cat
these
stream.
two. Didn't even cost 1,000,000 points. I think. Yes, I'll put it on the floor in the corner.
Right. Here. Yes, we can go under the Devil's Bridge. There's an entrance to tunnels. Will take us down through towards Lampblack's warehouse. Right.
Yeah.
I indicate on the maps.
Yep.
The routes that we'd be taking, so that the others are aware.
Yep. And because with Nicholas kind of guiding you, you get there very, very quickly, and you kind of emerge probably just under the Crow's Bridge or something like that near the river, which is right next to kind of the Lampblack's warehouse. There are barricades and that all across the street. Excuse me, I'm just going to have to get this.
Disappointment.
Yeah, there are kind of barricades across all of the roads, with kind of men and women kind of hiding behind them, carrying like makeshift weapons and stuff like that. And you kind of see this kind of sight all down the place. People kind of rushing between buildings, like carrying items, food, and maybe even medical supplies or whatever, rushing between these buildings. These like civilian types as well, not just lamp blacks or red sashes. And over in the distance, towering over everything, you can kind of see the crow's tower, the crow's nest, just kind of standing there impassively, a searchlight kind of sweeping out periodically, covering other buildings and bathing them in this kind of electroplasmic glow. The warehouse is strangely kind of empty. There's a couple of guys on the door. There's nobody out in the yard at all. There's a couple of guys that are guarding the door, and they, as you kind of approach, they basically just gesture you straight in. And you make your way up the dusty stairs to the waiting area outside of Basho's office. His door is already open, and you can hear movement coming from within. You can hear him shouting and barking orders at somebody who's in there, and this other person is trying to calm him down.
I just go through straight in. I just brazenly walk in.
Okay, and Basho is there. He's kind of still in his shirt sleeves, but there is kind of blood on his shirt at various places. He's got a few kind of extra scars now about his person, and he looks pissed. And you can see his second in command, Pickett, is there. He's kind of this like the big fella, reliable type. You know him.
Basho.
He kind of looks up at you. Ah, Miss Claremont.
You been in the wars?
Well, situation got a little bit heated, shall we say, after your little escapade.
I thought it went very well.
Oh no, I'm sure the robbery went absolutely swimmingly.
You okay? You seem very blooded.
We need weapons.
Not like you to fight. You send the others out. How did they get you?
He looks kind of a bit hurt when you say that. We're all fine.
You ran out of weapons.
Well, the Red Sashes, they got all their swords and stuff. We haven't got anything like that. I asked you to come here today because I'm hoping that you might be able to help me find some.
What, some
We're
swords?
holding our own, but we need weapons. Swords, guns, we need everything.
Hey.
Oh, I think we could probably help with that. Do you have anywhere in mind?
Well, I had much time to think about it. I was hoping that I might be able to rely on you. You fine people.
Oh, of course. Yes, I like that. You fine people. That's I like that, Pazzo. It suits you. Yes, it suits us as well.
I once knew of one of my acquaintances up in the posh side of town that had a little armoury himself. Was a bit one of those people that was worried that the world would go against him. Could always and steal his stuff. Or we can make some inquiries and see if there's anything closer to hand.
There is a lack of.
Get it. Sorry, Nicholas.
I was outside the door, Basho. There is a lack of our blue-coated friends around, I notice. Are they on your payroll or theirs?
Nah, not mine. Probably not theirs either.
They're just staying out of it.
Probably know it's safer.
Aye, but
Let you two
if they're
battle it
staying
out to
out
the
of
death.
it, they're keeping all their weapons in a nice little room. See where I'm going with this? It's closer
Maybe.
than whatever you're thinking, but slight risk of running into some blue coats. Not the first time we've dealt with that.
Leave it with us. We'll have a word with some of our contacts. We'll have a think about where we can get it from. I'll pull out a bottle of whiskey, dump it on the table.
Why do you keep
go and
getting
help.
these?
She steals
I nick it. I pinch them.
She pinches it from Basho and gives it back to him.
Yeah.
It's the same bottle of whiskey the entire time.
Yeah. And I go over and pinch one of his cigarettes,
Mm-hmm.
and then hand him one as well.
Okay. Yeah, and he takes it. And you kind of notice there's kind of his blood stains on his hands still as he takes that. And maybe his hand's shaking somewhat, maybe.
I grab his hand, hold it, and say, "You need to calm down."
Oh, maybe you haven't noticed, but there's a war going on.
Still need to think about your health.
Yeah, he looks at you gone out. What the fuck?
You're no good leading people if you're dead.
Yes, you should eat properly, get plenty of rest. Okay, so what kind of inquiries we're going to be making about this then, peoples? Anybody have anybody think that they can maybe ask or try and get some information from?
I did have some enemies and old acquaintances, but they no longer are available to me.
Okay. Well, I tell you what,
We'll make them up.
I'll go one better than that, and I'll copy them back in. That's about it.
All right, cool.
Right.
Tar
Yeah.
could make an arsenal of bombs for them.
Might take a bit of time, and he'd need money in that to perhaps get.
There's a couple of options. There might be weapons coming in at the docks. Nicholas, did you burn all
Blue
your
coats.
They never burn
What
the
did-
bridge with docks. They're too useful.
Maybe there's a shipment coming in there.
Aye, but like I said to Basil, the precinct, it's closer. We don't want to be carrying... I mean, we're trying to arm all of the lampblacks. It's going to be a lot of weapons. We don't want to carry those through the city.
Yes, there will be a lot of weapons. Good point. Well, another point is that they're not out on the streets, which means they're probably all in the precinct, hiding with the weapons. So it's not like it's like a skeleton crew inside of 3 or 4 while the rest are out patrolling. You've probably got all of them in there eating, playing cards, and hiding.
That's not my first shipwreck.
When you say ships, another option is always to have a look at the manifests of exactly which ships are coming in and what they're carrying and perhaps even what they're taking out. We might be able to find that there's a ship there with a particular set of shipments going somewhere that we could divert.
Or we could go and nick the red sashes at stash.
I'm
Like-
sure we'd be able to use the same door twice. Although, if they are all out in the city fighting the lampblacks, it's going to be a bit quieter in there. But they may all be bringing their swords.
We could go to the night market as well. Have a bit of a scout around there. There must be somebody might know of some stashed around. Has anyone got any contacts up on the night market?
I have one person, but unfortunately she is a healer, not a weapons dealer.
Dave. Maybe I'd have one in the future, but I don't want to go back to him right now. Too many eyes.
I could
Tell you
go
what.
down.
You said you had a friend has an armory. Why don't you make inquiries with him? I'll try the docs, manifests.
Oh
cargo
no, I
lists.
wasn't making inquiries with him. I just knew that he was there.
Well,
He's
in that case, let's just go.
he's an old partner who we don't get on anymore.
Even more reason to take his weapons.
He's a bit of a dealer of the bit of drug dealing.
We know they're there. We don't need to get in with the grinders again. Seems like a good option to me.
I mean, he's already pissed with me.
He doesn't need to see your face.
Oh no, I don't mind pissing him off even more. Quite funny to hit all his weapons, and he had a lot.
Seems like
Sounds...
an option to me.
Yes. It does sound interesting.
Okay. Are you going to go and make some inquiries? Is that the plan then?
I'm going to go make the sort of inquiries that I do with my eyes and my hands and trying doors and such.
Okay. Okay. And Aisling, are you going to? You're going to try and find something? Are you?
No,
Information?
no. Basically, if we get, I know where this guy is. I know where his base is. I know that he's a drug dealer because I used to. He was part of.
He's a drug dealer, or is he a weapons dealer? What's the?
He's a drug dealer, but he has a weapon stash.
Oh, okay. And Tar, is there anything that you'd be?
Well, if Nicholas is going to check out this person, I think I might take a quick trip around the docks, just in case there's anything that I recognize. And if I accidentally fell into the harbour master's manifest and it was in my pocket, then, well, that might be interesting as well. I could take a little look at it and see what happens. Maybe there's a ship coming in very soon.
Okay. So I think we need to make some rolls, don't we, to see whether we're going to find any information. Who would like to go first?
Do I need to roll?
Yes. You're gonna try and what is it? What is it? You basically just know where this guy is. You're not going to try and find out anything about it at all. You're just going to want to go in blind. Is that the plan? What's the?
Well, I could go maybe speak to, because basically I knew him from I lived on the streets. It was like an acquaintance, and maybe I could go and talk to some of the street urchins that I know, just check that he's still in business, still they work for him. Just check maybe he's still got that stash there.
Okay. Yep, that's like a good try. Nicholas, you're just basically you're scouting the area. The idea, just hoping that you can find.
My intention was to scout the location, which would involve waiting for Aisling to come back and confirm the location is still active. But
Right.
I'd be getting an idea of things like numbers around the location, both of blue coats and of anybody else who might be armed and unfriendly towards us, as it were.
Right. Yep.
And then entrances, exits, potentially if there's any underground tunnels, any canals nearby. The things we usually look for.
Okay,
I'm gathering information.
Yeah, that's the plan. What ability would you like to try and gather information with?
I will go with Prowl for this.
Okay.
I'm finding ways to get in.
And listen to conversations, stuff like that, right? Ooh, nice.
I can prowl with my ears too.
Okay. So you you have an area like like you call turf, in Silkshore, do you not? I
Mhm.
believe that's where your kind of turf is. And there's people there that maybe they're kind of afraid of you, and so they're they tolerate you being there to a degree because they're worried that you might kill them or hurt them or whatever. So as you're making doing your shadowy thing amongst the rooftops and listening at windows and stuff like that, you hear some rumors. A gang that call themselves the Silkshore Dandies, who have been operating in this area. They've actually been kind of wandering into your turf and kind of making a maybe you consider it like a tentative push, perhaps, into this area. They're kind of like you. They're nobody really knows them, except for the fact that they do know that they're very well dressed. They dress like gentlemen, quite elaborate clothing, but they do not behave like gentlemen. And they have. The rumor is that they're currently waiting for a stash of weapons to be smuggled into the city. At the moment, they're currently being held in a warehouse in the old North Port, which is actually right the way down here. Outside of the fence.
In the scary part of town.
In the scary part of town, yes. The abandoned, this whole area has been abandoned for quite some time. And it's been used occasionally by smugglers to bring certain things into the city. Ships can kind of come up here without having to kind of be registered or anything like that. They can get items on shore without being seen, and then have people smuggle them into the city through the fence, the lightning barrier. And because of the nature of the areas around it, they don't get asked too many questions. It makes it quite easy for them to get stuff through. They're kind of talking about these dandies, the Silkshore dandies. They're not very well thought of. They're quite thuggish, and the impression you're getting from the people is that they'd quite like to see you get rid of them, because they're causing problems for some of these businesses. Some of these people, they're almost under your protection, if you like. It's your turf, and these guys are kind of making a move on it. So this could be, might be worth your time.
Taking them out.
or harming them or some way, putting pressure on them, as well as helping Basho at the same time.
Let's do it.
Yeah. What about Ashlyn? You were going to try and find some information, yes?
I was.
Okay, what is it you're looking for?
Just to find out whether he was still in business, because whether he's still got like a small, this armory. I was going to speak to the street urchins.
You were. Okay, so what ability are you going to use to...
Well, it would be something like... It's survey. Even though I don't have anything in that.
No, I mean, you're trying to
I'm speaking.
You're asking questions and speaking to these people, so it
Consort.
consort or sway potentially.
I do consort.
Yeah, because these
Well,
are
I
kind of
would, but
street people. And you kind of.
Do you roll anything? It seems to me.
Hold on a minute.
No, it kind of flicks up and then it's sort of disappearing. Try again. No, it's really weird. I can see it appear. It just doesn't stay on my screen for some reason.
I can roll it for you. What is it? Your
Consort.
So you're going to be controlled. Standard effect. Right. Maybe this guy is kind of unknown to the urchins. No, you say he was them. He grew up on the streets with this person, right?
Yeah.
So it's likely they would know who he was, but they probably have no idea then.
Well, he tends to use the street urchins as runners for his business, so that's why I was asking them.
Okay. So what is it that you don't find the information?
They're not.
No. Saw the roll. You rolled a.
No, I can't see the roll. I don't know what's
sorry. Wait a minute. Yeah. It was a 3. There's not public. Yeah. There you go. It was a 3. A failure.
Well, maybe they do the work for him, but they don't know whether he's got stuff in his armory.
Yeah. Or they're just reluctant to give up information about him because they work for him, I guess. So that, yeah, I mean, they confirm that he has weapons somewhere, but they're not willing to tell you where.
Buggers.
Hmm.
Okie dokie.
All right, Tar.
I am sneaking around in the docks, just having a look to see what is what. It's a busy place. I don't get noticed. At least that's what I think. I'm prowling.
So you're basically doing what Nicholas was doing. You're listening in on conversations in bars.
No.
No?
Going to try and sneak into the harbour master's office and have a look at the manifest to find out a little bit more information about ships. But I wonder if I could do this after I've had a conversation with I'm looking to help with the information that was gained about this gang and about the fact that they're waiting on a shipment. So we'll have to have had a conversation about that. Is that possible? Is the game? Do we do that?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
There's shipments coming in at the old port, though. It wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Manifest wouldn't
The
be
old
at the
North
docks.
Port. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd head down. If there was possibility of finding anything down there, I would like to head down that way and see if I could find out or scope the place out and
At the North Port. You're
the old
heading out.
North Port.
Oh, okay. Okay, now it is outside the landing barrier.
Ah.
Eek.
So maybe you are, there's nothing stopping you from going.
Yeah, because I haven't had a conversation, I guess, with Nicholas. Tar would want to scope the place out.
All right.
So you'd head down that way.
So you're gonna, yeah, okay. Now, because of the nature where this place is. This is going to be risky, as opposed to controlled.
Okay.
So make your roll, sir. Oh.
5.
Okay. Right. So you make your way down through the lightning barrier into the old North Port here. It's an abandoned area. It hasn't been used for years. It's full of derelict buildings, and there is this feeling, this constant feeling that you have that you're being watched and that something is nearby as you're making your way through these dilapidated streets. There's no lights whatsoever here. And as you kind of reach the front, the seafront, there's one of the warehouses. You just catch a glimpse of somebody heading inside through one of the side doors. He's the only person you have seen here. There's no other living soul that you are aware of.
Yeah, so is there any harbour that looks like it's actually going to be functional? Because I've spent a bit of time on boats and around the docks. Does any of it?
He's been here before. He's been here before. They sailed out. Well, they rowed out to a ship, didn't they, to steal something from a ship that was kind of about to anchor off, or was anchored off the coast here some time ago.
Oh.
And so you know that they're people. There is a jetty. The jetty is still there. It looks in a sorry state. Some of it is rotten. Some of the wood. You can see there are ropes that have been attached to it that are more recent, that look kind of in still fairly good condition, as opposed to some of the stuff that's just kind of laying around and falling apart. And there is noise coming from this warehouse where you saw. You think perhaps you're hearing voices. In fact, you're hearing voices.
Okay. So I take
quite a bit.
Take my time
area.
to walk up, to have a look at this. Is there any other openings at the other side from the door that I could maybe climb up the side, or walk up the stairs quietly and have a look in through a top high window, or just observe what's going on inside the building?
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that.
Quietly walk my way up the stairs and have a look in through one of the windows, just to see if there's anything obvious. Is that the place where the stuff's been stored, or is that...
Yeah, you can see there's a gang of people in there. There's probably about 5 of them. There are some crates that are kind of scattered around this room. It's quite a large, it's about 100 feet across, this warehouse that you're looking into. And there are some doors off at the back of the room which kind of lead to what you assume would be kind of office areas and things like that. And one of those doors is kind of propped open. You can see a light that's kind of shining through from there, like a soft glow, maybe a lantern or something like that. And these guys, they're just kind of sitting around, talking quietly to themselves. You hear them saying, mentioning stuff like, so what did Cray say then? When's the stuff due in? He said it's due in any day.
Alright, I'm just looking around. I don't want to overstay my welcome or run the risk of doing anything.
No.
So,
And I think that's probably when you are aware of this kind of presence that's nearby. You can see there's something out the corner of your eye. There's something flitting between these buildings, and then there's this sudden sense of something rushing towards you. And as it does so, you suddenly feel this sudden chill run down your spine. You feel like something is kind of, you suddenly like a lack of energy. Something seems to be kind of draining the life from you. Now, you can resist this if you wish. You are going to take, because you rolled a 5, this is your complication.
Yeah. I figured. He's already beaten up. He's a bit weak. Yeah, I don't think he's been this. He would be surprised by this. I think he's been snuck up on.
Do you want to resist the harm you're about to take?
No, because it'll just end up in stress. So if I get another one, I'm just thinking. Yeah. So okay. What's the score again? If I resist this, then basically if I roll under a stress.
You're going to roll. It's going to be against resolve. This is your problem. You will take 6 minus whatever you roll on the dice. You have a single point in resolve here, so you'll roll 1 dice, and whatever that result is, you'll take that from 6, and that's how much stress you will take.
Nah, I can't afford that either. I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't, so I'll take the harm.
Okay, right. Now, the problem with this, if you take harm now, is that clock will reset. Your harm clock.
Yeah.
And you will take a level 1 harm. Right, so your level 1 harm is going to be drained.
Okay.
Yeah, and that healing clock gets reset to 0. And you make a run for it, I assume, or are you frozen in terror? You have a choice. You can flee.
I'll flee.
Or you can be frozen. Yeah. And so you run screaming through this.
Oh, I'm not screaming. Silent terror.
Yeah. So you flee without looking back through the streets. You knew. I mean, you've had experience with ghosts before. You know what this thing was. And by the time you reach the lightning barrier, you're almost on your last legs. But you make your way back to your companions. You meet up at the lair.
It's good to see you, Nicholas. Excuse me, I'll just gather myself. It's been quite. The docks that you told us about they're outside the ghost field.
Yes.
I had a bit of an incident with what I can assume was a malign spirit, but I discovered some. There is only one warehouse that's being used down there. There is only one jetty, and they are expecting the shipment to be in. I think we could create quite a trap for them. And if we are able to get there right about the time as their backs are turned, taking off all the boat. Oh, wait a minute. We're almost there. I'm just joking.
That's perfect timing.
Highlander was
Incredibly well
rubbish.
You. What? Did you just say that
I did just say Highlander was rubbish.
We're
on
not even going to
stream?
acknowledge that.
Who's that? Who said that? Somebody spoke and it just disappeared off the stream. I don't know what
I
happened.
tell you who it wasn't. It wasn't my wife anymore.
It is rubbish. It's the worst acting I've ever seen.
Listen,
I think.
listen.
Sorry, guys. It's
Woman
been a
that
great
watches
stream.
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
I don't know that we can have ourselves associated with such slander.
Good stream. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
fine. D&D tomorrow, guys. We'll have adjusted certain persons'
Ange
opinions.
won't be here, but the good news is I'll have a new patio.
We'll rearrange the parts.
Yeah, that's fine. You'll be alright, don't worry. You guys are alright, you'll survive.
Yeah.
A moon can survive
Anyway.
anything.
Oh my god, could you imagine if the remake of Highlander had Angelina Jolie in? Oh! 'Cause it was crap anyway, but even crap if she was in it.
Who's going to play the Egyptian? Because
You just find the nearest Scotsman. don't
Yeah.
you? Who would it be? Ewan McGregor, maybe, or
yeah,
Professor X. James McAvoy.
keep going.
Sorry,
Other options are available.
The guy that's on the front of the Scots Porridge Oats box. Him.
I reckon we cast Cry. I've seen what his sword fighting's like.
Oh.
I like
Interesting.
Sean Connery, but he was even awful in it.
When I
Yeah.
want your opinion, Ange, I'll give it to you. All right. Honestly.
Yeah. So, are we going back into this their heist that we're setting ourselves up for?
Yes, I think we should. And I think we should make decide what kind of
Exactly.
approach we're going for here, then, folkies.
Which is not a kill Angela just because she doesn't like Angela. One.
Look, shut up. I'm not even talking to you.
Well, I think we should send Ashlyn in first, and
Yes.
that
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah. She's immediately stabbed through the heart by one of the people that are guarding the
With a
whatever it
magic
is.
sword
with a magic
that
kill you
time
immediately
jumps.
sword.
Well, that's where I got to.
Yeah. Connor McLeod comes swinging down from the rafters and chops off her head.
There
Rude.
couldn't be only one. Right. Come on, let's go. There she is.
Right. Now then, what approach are we going to take for this little score then, folks? You're heading out into effectively the Deathlands, I guess, beyond the lightning barrier, where nastiness awaits.
Is this area
Yes.
a deserted area?
Mhm.
Is it in ruin, or is it like a really bad area with really, really bad people in it?
It was
There's
largely
not a
empty.
huge amount of people. Yeah,
Mm.
there's not a huge amount of people here because it is derelict and abandoned.
But I've already been down there to scope it out. It's very, very scary.
It is very scary.
If only we had our guy that talked to the ghosts with us.
Yes.
Yes, that would have been useful, wouldn't it?
If we're going to go in there, we want to send a message to these people. I don't see the point of sneaking in. As strange as it is for me to say that.
You want to go in? Right, Tar, how many bombs have you got?
I've got as many as we need.
There,
That's really cool, because my skills are going to be so helpful in here.
they keep walking into our turf. We need to send a message. If you want to send a message by walking in there and threatening them first, go ahead.
Well, I wasn't so sure that they are the ones that are receiving. We better make sure of their identity first of all. Did I recognize them from descriptions or such when I saw them?
They didn't. They were just like dressed like the kind of people you maybe see at the docks or whatever. They
Yeah,
just
these
kinda
were
wearing-
dock workers. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, something along those lines. Yeah,
Yeah.
they weren't.
Yeah.
They
So
were
I,
just street folk.
I don't think that our friends from the dandies are there. I think that these are just the hired hands. We maybe don't want to kill all of them. Perhaps Ashlyn could convince them to help us.
Well, in that case, clearly I misunderstood you. You were, shaking a bit when you explained it earlier.
Yes. Well, have you ever been in these dark places?
I've been in the dark, yes.
This is slightly like that, except the dark wants to get inside you. It's very unpleasant.
I see. So, we send Ashlyn in to talk to them and ask for the stuff? It seems easier than most of our endeavours.
Well, I am very much in favour of blowing them to Kingdom Come once we've taken the weapons.
Ashlyn, how do you feel about this? You think you can talk them into giving us the stuff?
Yep.
All right then.
And we'll be there ready and waiting in the wings for if it goes wrong.
When?
If.
When?
I'm going to go
No,
fully loaded.
No, I know it's not going to go well for
Ju-
Ashley.
Just because I said it didn't like Highlander, you're just bullying me now.
Exactly. And yeah,
Bullies!
no, it
You
doesn't matter
failed your
what you
social
roll.
check against the DM.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you roll.
Triple sixes? Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Level 4 harm for Ashley.
You're mean.
Yeah. Okay, so are you saying this is it's not a social thing? You're sneaking in? What's the deal? What approach are we
I think
taking?
we're just going in through the front door, aren't we? And we're just going to go up and say to them, give us your weapons, get off our turf,
Pretty
or we
much.
kill you. And
It's
then,
social.
Oh, okay. All right
We're
then.
going to send Ashlyn and tell her to ask for it. It's social.
Yep. Social,
Yeah.
why not?
Much like how most of our stealth missions end up with explosions and fighting, this social mission might end up in stealth, but for now, social.
No, it'll be social, then stealth, then
Then
fighting and
explosions.
explosions.
I'm sorry, I
Right.
can't help
We have to
myself.
cover everyone's skill set, you see. So
Okay, so then we're looking at this score. Is it particularly bold or audacious?
oh,
It-
yes.
It is because it's in the Deathlands.
Yes.
It is,
And
and you're
we're
basically
just
walking up to
waltzing
some-
in. Yeah,
you're
some
walking
guys
up
and
to somebody
saying,
going,
give us your
"Here's your
guns and get off our turf.
They're not these.
Yeah.
These aren't the people who are on our turf. These are just the dock workers. They
I was
don't.
hoping you were going to say, these are the people we're looking for.
I'll
That
be-
was-
I've already used that one on several occasions.
Oh, there must be
But
another
it
one.
never gets old.
should get XP for that.
Give the GM some XP quick, and then pass it on. I think that these are not worthy of killing. I'm avoiding it now. These are not.
What is wrong with you? What happened?
You brought
Also,
attention to it.
whoa. Okay, can we? Let me go back a bit.
Okay, yeah.
We're going into the dock for me to go and persuade the dock workers to give me the items.
Yes, that's right.
The
Well,
load.
a
Okay.
specific dock. But yes.
Well, they're more hired thought these people.
Uh-huh.
And if they
Okay,
don't,
so
So
it's
agree-
dock
not-
workers.
It's not the dandy wandies then.
Well,
No. They didn't look like them unless they were having a dress down day.
If you see a really fancily dressed dock worker, might be one of the dandies. Otherwise, hired thugs. I mean, dock workers.
Maybe we should dress up.
actually, Ashlyn can do that.
I can do that. I'm going to dress up like one of the dandy wandies.
The dandy wandies. Because you know exactly what they look like, right?
Yes, I did my homework.
Yeah, I think Nicholas would be able to tell you because I'm sure he would have found that out when he was heard about them. So, but they tend to wear fancy kind of brocade coats,
I probably
know,
dress
like
like that anyway.
the old +4s, and big buckled shoes, powdered wigs.
And
They all carry these weird handkerchiefs. They have
They do,
lines
the
around
women
the
as
edges.
well.
and walking
Mhm.
sticks. Walking sticks with fucking great big. Heavy
I already
handles.
have a stick that's clean anyway.
For
Yeah.
Hitting sticks.
So the women, are they?
There are no women. They're
There are no
gentlemen.
women in this luxury dandies. They are dandies.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to roll really well, and you'll fail.
I'm sure you'll manage if we just, perhaps, well, a wig. Where on earth do we get powdered wig?
I have them. I have a disguise thing. I'm great at disguise.
Apparently, you are.
I am.
Yeah.
I have
For
a
some
fine
reason, it's just
disguise
not going
kit.
to
I
work
have a
today.
theatrical makeup and everything.
Yeah, but it's just not going to help today for some reason.
You're such a knob.
So, Yes, and then so is this a montage that we're getting here of the
I
trying of
think-
different
I
things
think-
in front of the mirror?
I think
I
it will,
look
but I
fabulous.
think we will deal with that. We deal with that. Let's make an engagement roll first.
Oh,
That's your role.
Yes.
And remember, there are
Um,
two of us here who do like Highlander, so just saying.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. You guys are going to do great. You're going to be fine. Whatever happens, but Ashlyn probably isn't going to make it. And this,
God's sake! You just don't like loads of things I like.
and I know. But fortunately for me, most people don't like the stuff that you like.
That's harsh.
So we're going with it's bold and audacious. They're not a higher tier than you.
One would hope
Um,
so. Otherwise,
they-
we'd
they-
not be messing with them when they try to encroach on us.
No, that's right. And they'd be mad to do it if they were lower tier than you.
Fun for us.
So we got 2 dice, I think. That we're gonna roll here, people.
Okay.
2d6.
2 6-sided dice. And you're starting controlled. So, apart from it's controlled for everybody except for Ashlyn, who for some reason just can't seem to get dressed properly today.
Such a dick.
So you find yourselves outside. You've managed to negotiate your way right up again to the warehouse, and you've probably noticed there has been a ship since Tara had arrived. The ship is kind of just now a silhouette on the horizon, out to sea there, sailing away. There's inside the warehouse. You can see there's some light. People are moving around. They're being a little bit more quiet now. There is a fair-sized group of people inside. Yeah, I've got a little picture here.
Do they look like the Dandy Wandies? Or the...
Not yet. You don't see any dandy wandies in there.
What was the real name again? Because that one starts sticking in my head.
The Silk Shore Dandies.
Thank
The
you.
Silk Shore dandies.
The Silk
yeah.
Shore Dandy Wandies.
From this point onwards, they are known as the
Yeah.
Dandy Wandies. We have
This is
renamed
part
them.
of Ashlyn's campaign to discredit the Dandy Wandies by
Oh,
telling
it-
everybody
it's
that's
not-
their official name.
Problem. It's not going to work, is it?
So we'll work on their reputation.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, it's just going to backfire on her in some way.
I'm going to be
So
called the
really-
Ghosty Worsties.
Yeah. The River Ghosty Woasties.
Still better than River Goats, I'll be honest.
Greatest of all time.
So,
You are outside at the warehouse. They are completely unaware that you are here. Loadout. You got to choose your loadout, folks.
I'm going full.
Right,
Full what?
No doubt.
all the things.
Or what? Like, I thought you were going in disguise.
Just everything that wasn't nailed down in the base, she's just
Yeah,
strapping her
she's
on.
basically, yeah.
She's disguised as a very large Dan.
She's hiding,
Well,
hiding behind everything because she knows that she's going to be absolutely obliterated.
Look, well, how much is a full loadout? 4 or 5, isn't it?
Full. Well, the max loadout
Mhm.
is.
I'm carrying everything I can carry.
You don't know what you're carrying yet. You don't know what you need.
You're on
Keep them
normal.
loaded all the time,
It's
so I don't
normal-
forget
you're
them.
on normal loadout, so you look like a scoundrel.
No, I look
On
like a
sco-
very posh scoundrel. I've dressed up.
It's still a scoundrel. Yeah, in terms of what you're carrying. So you're armed. You know you look.
Well, when you say armed, I've got a slim sword that looks like a nobleman's cane. I've got transpide powder, dice, a disguise kit which I'm wearing, and fine clothes and a spirit bane charm. So, ooh, scoundrelism there.
And I'd like to point out that you don't choose what items you're carrying until you.
No, but I'm going full, and I carry them and I keep them loaded because if you ask me on the spot, I'll forget them.
You- This is why you must die. Okay, and so everybody's chosen the loadout.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a control position. Everything is looking great.
Dandy.
Which means that Ashlyn is looking like a dandy,
Andy.
and you guys are completely hidden from view. What's happening, folks? There's a group of men and women inside.
We're walking in by the sounds of
moving-
it. Well, I
moving
am.
crates around, but they're actually being quite quiet about it now. So you just wander in.
I'm wondering with attitude as if I belong there.
Okay.
I wonder and trying
Hey,
very
look
hard
up.
to copy Ashlyn's posture.
So you're all just walking in.
I've got a swag on.
Yeah. So you're wearing it. Do we need to make a roll? I think we need to make a roll.
Well, I'm going to walk in and go up to them and go, "Good evening." So,
You're going to make a roll, but you're going to have a bonus dice for your fine disguise.
okay,
It's going to be controlled.
consort,
No. Well, I mean, you can.
finesse,
How are you going to finesse this?
because I'm going to look fabulous.
That's not really finesse.
Good argument.
I don't think. Is it really? You got to remember that Angie doesn't like Highlander. And everything that she says is wrong at this moment in time.
You're not telling me what finesse is, or what any of the words mean anymore.
Well, I kind of hope you'd know by now, but.
Eh,
Just go and nick the rule book. It's on the shelf behind him somewhere.
yeah.
So finesse is kind of more manipulation, like
I'm manipulating them to
Not
make
that-
them
not
believe
that
I'm a
kind of
dandy.
manipulation. Not that kind of manipulation. You know what? Fuck it, do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I get 2 bonus die.
No, you get 1 bonus die.
The 2.
Not. I
So is
said
it
you get a
controlled?
bonus die. It's controlled, yes.
Standard effect.
Yes. Because they're just.
Woo!
Oh my. I don't think Foundry likes Highlander either. Right, yeah, they basically kind of stand up straight and when they see you and we weren't expecting you.
I've come to check the shipment.
It's all here. It's all here, like you asked.
Oh, good. We're going to take it now.
You're taking it?
Yes. Change of plan. Bit of an emergency. Fighting everywhere is getting right out of control, and we need to get this shipment out and moved very, very quickly. So we've come to collect it now. We've got a wagon. We'll buy goats. Could you get it loaded now, please? Chop chop.
Okay, and so you have a wagon pulled by goats, do you?
Yes, that's what.
Tar
all
brings
the
it.
things.
Tar brings it
It would
in.
make sense. It would make sense. Ashlyn didn't bring it because she's
Yeah.
a bit of an idiot that doesn't like Highlander. So, so she didn't bring it. But one of you clever
You can't
blokes
drive a
did.
wagon in a fancy disguise.
Tar looks
No,
like a
you're
dock
my-
Screws up
worker.
your fancy disguise. You'd smell like goats.
You're my minions.
Excuse me. I don't agree to that.
Tar looks like a dock worker. He's a Scotlander. He fits the part. He hasn't changed.
Yep.
So he's following with goats in a wagon. He got some lessons off Solomon about how to to run goat vehicles without causing mayhem. And
Yes.
I trot in with the goats. I just look kind of. I keep my head down as I go in. And the goats just.
We still get paid, right?
Of course. How much?
Oops.
I don't know what to say now.
You don't have to say that.
I'll just step up behind Ashlyn and just hold out a pouch of coin.
Oh. Okay. They kind of take the coin off, the bag of coin off you, and they look into it. How much do they see in there?
1 coin's one. It's just one massive coin. I love the concept of coin. Just here's a bag of one big coin.
Yeah. How many coins is it? It's just one.
It's a
One
coin.
coin. Yeah. Yeah. That's,
Well, yes,
your,
it's the
that's your monthly salary.
The equivalent of one coin's worth of coin.
Yeah. Okay. So they kind of look through it. He looks up at you. Well, that wasn't what we agreed.
Oh no, the rest you'll get the rest once once the stuff are on the trailer. Then I'll pay you.
Ah. And so as the cart kind of is swung around, they start grabbing some of these crates that they've been carrying, and they start loading it onto the back of the cart. There's probably a couple of crates left when some figures enter in through the door.
Pantaloonies.
The
That's
door that you came in from.
that's what they're wearing. Do I recognise them? I'm closest. I'm at the front behind the donkeys.
Oh yeah, yes. I mean, you see them as they kind of step in. There's a couple. There's 3 of them. They're quite beefy-looking gents. One of them is huge, kind of almost bursting out of his brocade coat. He's wearing.
Took every mod. There you go.
Yeah. He looks a bit like Ashley, apparently. And yeah, he's kind of with his fine powdered wig and a little kind of spot drawn onto his face there. Yeah. He's carrying a handkerchief in one hand, this walking stick that doesn't look like it's actually used for walking.
It's in stick.
Yeah, this kind of more of a stick for battering people about their head with. And they kind of stop and they kind of survey the room. I say,
Ugh.
what's going on here? It's one of the shorter of the 3 guys. He kind of steps forward. He's quite broad and carries himself with poise.
I step forward, and I would say, hurry up and get this loaded. Tar, move it out quickly.
Yes, of course, milady.
And I throw another bag of coin.
You've got coin to throw.
Throw another one at the shop, the dock workers.
Yeah. They kind of stop. They're looking across at these figures that have just entered, and looking across at you, and then back at them. You throw this bag of coin. He catches it. Looks across at his mates, and they carry on loading the cart. These figures kind of make their way across towards you.
I
Stop that.
I go forward so I stop them from getting near the cart, so that gives the cart time to get out.
Okay. You're going to step forward towards the 3 figures that are coming in. Right. What's Nicholas doing?
I'll step up there, actually. I'm copying the way they're standing, essentially. So he's stepping in front of his mates, and I'm just standing behind Ashlyn as if I'm her muscle, as it were.
Got you. Yep.
With the
Yeah,
absence
you're quite
of
a
most all the
diminutive
muscle.
chap, aren't
But
you?
I am rather small.
What about Tar?
He's in charge of the truck, wasn't he?
Of course.
He is.
I'm on there, but
Right.
I am prepared, as I always am.
Okay.
I step back slightly.
By a long way. And this guy, he walks forward, the 2 guys flanking him, and he walks straight towards you, Ashlyn. And they kind of look you up and down. Who might you be?
I've been sent to collect the weapons as instructed by the boss.
Oh. Boss.
Shit, he's probably the boss, but
Both me.
He does. He looks around at his two companions, and you see them both go.
Shit.
There's always
I mean, you
a bigger
could try
boss.
convince this guy that he's not the boss if you wish.
I'm going to use mesmerise. I'm going to use mesmerise
Yeah,
on
you
him.
want to read mesmerise before you try and do anything with that because it doesn't work the way you think it does.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to blow trans powder in his face then.
Oh, okay. Just the guy
Walked
at the
in to
front.
find
yeah,
out he
you're
wasn't the boss after
Well,
all.
yeah. I'm gonna try and get all of them, but mainly the main guy.
Okay. Right. So you're gonna try. I think you're gonna have to make some kind of roll to do
Oh yeah,
that.
definitely.
I think it's gonna be limited if you're gonna get all three of them. What's everybody else up to?
I'm just staying behind Ashley until she moves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tar's looking back to see if the last of the crates have been loaded on.
There's just one or two left.
Okay. Now I'm just looking at these guys. What weapons does Tar see them carrying as he's observing them from on top of the?
The dandies.
Have they all got these canes with the big sticks? All three of them.
Yeah. They're like walking sticks.
Yeah.
But on the handles, like they're heavy brass kind of.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
knobs on the end of these things. Yeah.
Uh,
You'd think they would make very effective clubs if somebody was to put their mind to it.
Yeah, there's a thing at Tar's foot that he's just rolling slightly towards him, just dragging his bag a little bit closer to his, so he can just reach down if he needs to.
Okay.
He's just kind of moving that from the footwell of the cart because he's got it just down there and he's kind of pulling it in with his feet, not liking the way this is going at all.
Ashlyn, I think you need to make your roll.
Okay. What would I use for that? Like, would it be?
That's entirely up to
It'd
you.
be like finesse because I'm trying to get it out and quick and blow it.
I mean, I guess you're trying to do it without being obvious that you're doing that, right? So I think finesse would be appropriate. Yeah, I think you could say that. And how is it you're doing this? You're just basically kind of reaching in.
I'm going to reach in and then bow as if like I'm doing that, as if I'm bowing to them in their
okay.
dandy way. And as I lean forward, I'm going to flick the
Transpire across.
into his
okay,
face.
let's see what happens then.
Risky.
Everything but the boss. After all.
No, risky, standard or limited?
It's limited.
Okay.
Risky. Yeah.
I'm going to push it.
Actually, at the moment, it's still controlled, isn't it?
Yeah. So, can I push it though?
Push it.
Not
You can
like
push yourself.
stress, like.
Well, you can push yourself, get an extra die, take 2 stress.
So that's +1 die then, yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you could do that get you a bonus die? Let's find out what happens.
Oh, pants.
5.
Okay. So the powder kind of it goes across these guys, and they're all kind of taken a bit aback by it, and kind of shaking their heads a little bit as this trans powder kind of takes effect. What are you doing once once you've thrown this thing? What's the deal after that?
Once I've done it, I'm just
Yeah.
going to say, don't you remember, boss? Because I've twigged that I got it wrong. You ordered me to collect them and take them to the new rendezvous point.
Rendezvous.
Point. Due to the
Okay.
fighting.
And he stands there for a moment. He looks a little bit confused. He says, "Did I?"
Yes, this morning. Said I had to do it really quickly, which is why I'm here and why we're taking it quickly. We're loaded up. We're just on our way. We'll meet you there. Yes.
He kind of nods slowly. We should come with you.
No, don't you remember? You said we had to go separately due to the risk with the fighting with the red sashes and the lampblacks.
Well, that's why we should come with you.
I hear that, and I say, we could make some room on the back of the cart if you don't want to walk. That would seem appropriate.
Well, I think that it's probably you that should be sat at the back.
You want to drive the cart?
One of the
I mean,
big
we hired a
guys.
driver for these.
They're just looking a little bit confused, the three of them. They're kind of like, yeah, he's right. Yeah. What is he? What?
Well, anyway, so should we get moving then?
Are the carts loaded on?
Yeah, or the last of the boxes.
So
are
I
loaded
pull.
up.
I begin to pull forward and leave the. Yeah, I say to the guy, just leave that door open at the back, and then I pull forward just enough so that they can climb on.
Okay. And everybody steps forward to climb onto the wagon.
Here you go, boss. Get on the back. Meet the Muslim. They can watch the
You
back.
need to be
we watch
quick,
the front.
remember? You need to be quick.
Yeah. So they climb onto the back. With the straw and all the sawdust that's in the back there, and they don't seem very happy about it at all. There's probably room for one other person up front, but somebody's going to have to sit in the back with them.
That's
Who's it
fine.
gonna
I
be?
already climbed on.
I'll jump on the front then.
No, did Nicholas climb in the back or on the
No,
front?
yes. I want to be in the
You-
back before
want
they
to-
are in the back, so that they're
Okay.
more towards the falling off the wagon than I am,
Oh,
for obvious
got it.
reasons.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, so yeah, they kind of climb into the back, following Nicholas. And kind
I'm
of
trying my
sit on
hardest
these
to
little
look
benches on the
awkwardly
side.
cramped in here, but actually this is fairly comfortable for me. So.
Sure. Ashlyn, you climb into the front next to Tar. The guys kind of, they look nervously around, before kind of making their way back through the office doors. And you're kind of alone with these people in the back of this cart, which starts moving off out through the large entrance doors. They swing the cart around onto the road.
Before I swing the cart on the road, as I look out of the doorway, how close is the water's edge and the edge of the docks?
That would depend how close you wanted to drive the car. That's all down to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a wide arc to get round this. Place. There's maybe some slightly rough terrain that I need to get round, and so.
There's probably bits of collapsed wall or something.
And I want
you kind
to
of
be
need to-
relatively close to the edge of the docks.
Okay.
I lean over to Tar and say, not a lie. Want me to steer while you get yourself?
That's a good idea. Just take it towards the water and we'll try and drop these people off the side.
I take the reins.
Okay.
I do that so Tar's hands are free to get into his bags.
Yeah, and I've already drawn my bag close.
Close to you. Yeah.
So I reach down, and I grab a dart, and I assume that Nicholas is behind me.
Yeah.
So I just tap him on the back, and I reach around and give him a poison dart that could be used. He knows what it is because he's seen me operating.
Yeah, he's seen. Yeah. That'll make sense.
So I just kind of pass that into his hand without stabbing him, obviously.
I would prefer it to go that way, yes.
And I've got two in my hand, and I get my blow dart, and I would wait till the cart starts to turn and is parallel with the dock edge.
Yep. Yeah.
And then I suddenly I stand up and I shout, "Look out! The dock's going to give away!" And I jump back into the cart. And as I do that, I'm going to sink a dart into whichever guy's closest to me.
Okay.
And I'm going to use prowl because I'm sneaking up and I'm
Kind of an
ambushing
Yeah.
him at close range. And if this works, I would like him to be given a rather nasty sort of sedative type to slow him down and make him woozy. And then my plan is just to kick him off the side of the cart into the water.
Okay. You're just doing this at one of these guys, right?
Yeah, one of these guys. I can't. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Let's do this. This is going to be. We've pushed up to risky again now because of reasons.
Reasons that are obvious.
Yeah.
There we go. Excellent. Crit success. 2 6s.
Okay. So, yeah, you got increased effect here. So, what increased effect would you like? Basically, you jump in. You do exactly what you said you were going to do. You jump into the back. You stab this guy in the neck with one of your darts.
Yep.
He's almost instantly Sparko. What's the increased effect? What do you want to?
I'd like to just get him. I would like to be able to just punt him over the side into the water.
Okay. So from up front, Aisling, you hear a splash, a heavy splash, as one of these big fellas is just suddenly cast out of the cart, right as you make the turn, and he's thrown into the water. He disappears below the inky surface. Yeah, nice one. Next up, then, who's going to be? Is it going to be Nicholas?
Yeah. As soon as I see Tar start to move, like to climb into the back, I'm moving. I'll go for the boss. I've got the dart on my hand, so I just jam it into the boss's back and just kick him off.
Okay, let's. What do you want to use to do this? What ability?
This will be finesse.
Yep.
Well, you know, it's going bad.
Oh my god, we are just so on point.
Wow.
So what I'm hearing
okay.
is
Yeah.
we need Ange to insult very popular movies before we roll anything.
Very popular.
Keep it up. Keep it up. keep going. Yeah, it's great. It's the best movie ever done, and you'll love it.
Success tonight, but I'll be having words with you
You'll
later.
be telling me next Aliens is good.
Ooh.
And that's all we've got time for tonight.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened to Ange. She just vanished. I don't know. Just disappeared, just like that. John, if you're watching, I do apologise. She doesn't really mean it.
Even if she did, don't worry, John. I'm divorcing her. Yeah, I'll put the papers in tomorrow. She's gone. You don't have to worry about her ever anymore. Yeah.
Rude. Rude.
No, my question is,
Did I
why
ever
is
tell
it
you about my
okay to
massive crush
delete?
on Angelina Jolie? Did I ever tell you about that?
Why is it okay to delete Angie's frame of the stream for that joke, but not okay to delete Lloyd's frame of the stream rather than having us joined by the Hulk?
Well, quite frankly, I'd rather have the Hulk here.
Thing is, now he can't get me back, can he? Look.
I believe that's the problem.
That's fine. That's fine. So, Nicholas, you have succeeded beyond your wildest expectations. What has happened?
If you'll allow it, I knock the little guy off and I tangle up with one of the big guys as well, the remaining big guy.
Okay, so you stick the dart into the neck of the boss.
Yeah.
And chuck him effectively over the side. And what does he want to do with the second fella then? It's the
I mean, I'm trying to get him off as well, but mostly I'm just trying to entangle myself, as it were, so that he can't easily get up and start smacking us around with his big itty stick.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's you managed to do that without any difficulty whatsoever. So basically, you just kind of falling on top of him, across him, and perhaps grabbing him round the neck or something, and trying to choke him out or something like that. How about that? Something like.
Yeah.
Ashlyn, you're going to fail whatever role you do now. Regardless. So we may as well skip past you.
There's no one left now, is there? They've got them both off.
They are, but you've got to control
There were
this.
three.
You've got to control the wagon.
Oh, right, okay.
I've got to control the goats. Never mind the wagon.
Yeah,
Goats
that's
hate
the
you.
point. Yeah, goats hate you because
How
they really love aliens.
rude. No, I'm just getting everybody. I'm just going to be casually, you know.
What? What are you casually doing?
Just shouting out.
Goat wrangling.
Stu, sorry. Well, while they're struggling in the back, I'm just taking the goats out.
Hey, what, you're gonna kill a goat?
No! For God's sake!
You succeed in
Wow!
that. It's the only role you're gonna
I'm
make.
leading the group to safety.
Oh.
Fast.
I would like that.
Okay.
Once they're in the water, they're not going to climb out, are they?
I mean, I'm sure they will
that remains
eventually.
to be seen. That remains to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
They're
You
gonna
don't put a
hate
time limit on
Ashley,
these things.
regardless of
Eventually.
what happens. There's going to be a vendetta against her, I think, and they're going to hire really powerful people.
I was in disguise.
Yep. I'm going to send some very powerful people to look for
So
someone
those
that looks a
very
bit like
powerful
you,
people
but
will
in a
be
powdered
getting
wig.
the disguised person because I'm in disguise, so they won't
Yep.
recognise me.
A bit like you, but in a
Yeah.
powdered wig. Nobody will
Yeah.
be able to find her. Whoever she was.
No, who was that? Who was
No,
that?
I was acting like a man, so
Whoever he was.
yes, I was a woman disguised as a man. Yeah, I had funny nose and glasses on and everything.
Anyway, let's see. Do we make you? Yeah, I'm going to make you make a roll
No,
because
no,
if
no,
you
no,
fail,
no, no, because that's just me.
Okay.
Because we succeeded in the mission. Let's just go.
There's only one guy
I've seen
left.
the mission yet. I'm still tangling with the guy at the back.
Yeah. that's a
Oh,
good
I
point.
thought he'd gone in as well. Oh, all right then. I'm hanging on to the goats.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's say that there's a lot of shifting weight kind of in the back of this cart at the moment, which is maybe making things a little bit tricky. Which is why you're going to have to make a roll.
Excuse me.
Okie
It's mostly
dokie.
him.
And because you're right next to the water's edge, if you fail,
You're not going to throw me in the water.
No, he's going to throw the cart in the water. You'll just be like,
Just
No,
because
I
I
wasn't.
don't like Highlander
because you
and
guys were on
aliens, you're not
critical
going to throw me in the water.
Angela, you're just making it worse for yourself.
What am I going to roll?
You're gonna. I don't know. What are you gonna roll? Control the goats.
goat handling.
Skirmish.
Unless you're gonna beat them to death.
To
maybe.
be honest, really effective way of handling goats.
Finesse.
Show 'em who's boss.
I don't know.
That would probably work. Oh, I mean, there's arguments here for things like command, I suppose.
I've dealt with enough goats in my time.
Yeah,
I haven't got any little dots on command though. That's the problem.
it's perfect.
It's not. Proud, no.
Proud
If you want me to do
goats.
command, because
I
fine.
don't want you. I don't want you to tell me what you're using. I'm not.
I'll
telling
be,
you.
I'll be finessing it because I'm like doing really good skills and like I'm like yeehaw kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm into it.
Okay.
Are we controlled or risky now?
Desperate. No, I'm kidding. It's standard. It's risky standard, I think.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to add my stress on the last one. I got
Hey,
a 6!
6
Nice.
again.
Never thought it'd work. Apparently, goat herds can just go, yeah.
Put me on.
So,
I know I'm not supposed to be adversarial. I'm supposed to be a fan of the characters and stuff like that.
yeah.
Fuck's sake.
We are so good at this now.
Oh, you've just said it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was good. I enjoyed the ride. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
We enjoyed that. 360s. Yep.
So you manage to control the goats. They as the cart kind of swerves around with this weight being transferred backwards and forwards of people being thrown around in the cart, you manage to control them. The wheel kind of catches on the edge of the dock, and bits of it kind of crumble into the water as you kind of manage to snatch.
But I snap it back.
And race down the cobbled street, bouncing around. Okay, Tar. Nicholas. Nicholas, you're currently engaged, and Tar is standing in the back also. What are you both up to?
I have a set of bolas, and I'm gonna, as Nicholas is tangled up with this guy, I'm gonna sling him round the guy's feet so he can't properly stand up, walk, move, or whatever. And if he does try and do so, he'll fall flat on his face.
Okay. Okay. So let's do that then. And Nicholas, you're currently just scrapping with this fella, I assume.
Yep.
Awesome. Right. Let's roll.
Let's get my feet out of the way of the balls.
Yeah. This would be a great. If you get a failure here, what's going to happen? This is the.
So I'm going to use.
Knowing that Angela has jinxed it already.
I'm going to use skirmish for this because it seems appropriate.
Okay.
I mean,
you are in close
movie
range.
that you don't like.
Hey, another 6.
It's great. I'm such a fan of your characters that I love this.
Oh my god.
Right, this guy.
Give us a sense of dread.
You because you know you got to roll something in a minute, and everybody's been rolling 6s. You jump out of the way, Nicholas, and as you do, Tar throws these bowlers that kind of wrap around these guys' feet. Exactly as Tar had anticipated. So this guy is basically off balance now. What do you want to do, Nick?
Yeah, that's easy enough. I'll just put my feet against the side of the cart and shove him out with my shoulder.
Yeah.
I was already tangled around him. Sure I can manage this.
Yeah. What ability would you use to do this?
I mean, I want to say finesse just for the dots, but I'm going to go with skirmish because
skirmish, I think, is probably more appropriate. But I'm going to give you a bonus die because this guy's off balance because Tar's got his feet tangled up with a bowler.
I'll take it. That's a 6.
Holy shit!
The park.
Wow.
Let's see that close up. I think we need to see that close up. Oh, look at that! Oh.
That's still a 6.
And
still says 6 on it.
And you kind of basically stick your shoulder into this guy's sternum and push, and he cascades off the side, straight into the water, and disappears beneath the surface. You kind of imagine that a lot of these kind of lights that you see swirling around in the water all kind of swirl suddenly and towards where this guy is just, and the cart races on. Yeah.
Nice.
And straight through the night towards the town and straight through the lightning barrier. And should we call it there?
Yeah.
As at 11:35.
Seems good. Yeah, we can do
we're
that.
ready to score.
How awesome! are we?
Wow, those rolls.
Fucking hell, man. What's all that about?
That was like Blade in the Dark, but we were just like slick.
It's not right.
Well, let's count them. Let's count them. Right. So here at start, we've got partial success. We've got critical success. Partial success. Success. Partial success. Success.
3 critical successes.
We just keep going up until about the beginning of the game where we got a couple of failures. But that didn't matter because they were just doing stuff. So it went. The main game went like this. Look, it went success, partial success, success, partial success, critical success, partial success, critical success, critical success, 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 success. I mean, what?
We've never seen that.
And we're likely to never see it again.
Clearly, we are wasted on being shadows.
Wow.
First time we done
Yeah.
stealth, everything goes right.
Yeah.
I might need a new line of employment.
You can always change. You can always change the crew type.
Hmm.
There's
But yeah, well
definitely
done. That was a lot easier than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, us too.
Hmm. But hey, that's good. That's the way the dice roll. That's grand.
Yeah.
Well done, guys. Well done. That was well,
Easy is what it was.
actually. I mean, we don't get the thing. The thing. What is good about this is that we came into this looking for coin. So that was our main objective, but we don't get a lot of experience for it. So our characters don't. But we get the coin, but we don't get the kind of desperate rolls. So the game is so well balanced in that regard. Even though it was easy, we don't get as much. But we get
Pay
paid.
coin.
Yeah, we get paid
That's a
coin.
good point. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what we
Had to
wanted.
pay coin to do this job, damn it.
Oh yeah, we had to. It cost us
That's a
2
good
coin.
point. Yeah, you've thrown money at people.
But we'll get more than that from Basil because he's desperate.
Actually, we would if I'd actually negotiated any terms with him.
But we've got the stuff we can negotiate. And
You can
Yeah,
make
you
the
can
whiskey
just
back.
You're
Yeah.
gonna sell it to him, right? That's the
yeah. Back to the lorry. Just fell off it. Look.
But we could also go and get some other stuff from that other guy, that other place. We can try and find that, which means that when Solomon comes back, he can help us.
Let's not put all our eggs in one wagon.
Excellent. Okay. Well, we're done. We are done. Diddly done. Tomorrow we're going to be doing some Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to this. I'm saying nothing. I'm just looking forward to it. That's all I'm saying.
That's worrying.
I need to reset my brain to do another character voice.
I was going to go and raid Dice Priory, but they're not on yet. They're not on for another 23
Oh,
minutes.
you want to carry on then until then?
Yeah, we'll go another 23 minutes. I'm just having a quick nosy
Let's
on
talk about more
MT or
movies that
something.
Ange doesn't like.
Yeah, we could all talk about movies that Ange doesn't like.
Me.
Or worse than that, we can talk about movies that she does like.
Colour Purple.
Steel Magnolias. For fuck's
Mhm.
sake, Steel Magnolias.
Oh, no, that was one I watched. It was just, at the time it was okay. But I won't watch it again.
Yeah.
Colour Purple. Can't
Colour
say that Colour
Purple,
Purple's a bad
mm.
film.
That's a good point. We
No
can't
arguments.
really say. Yeah, we can't really say it's a bad film because
No.
it's not. It's a good film.
Is it a good film?
Foiled.
Uh,
She's found the secret.
look, this isn't right. You're not supposed to win.
Yeah, one of my favourite films is Grease.
Why don't we raid Trolls? Trolls
Can't
is
argue
on.
with that one either.
Can we raid Trolls?
We can raid Trolls.
We can raid
I don't know how long he's going to be on
Oh,
for.
Escape from New York. That's fantastic. I love that film.
Oh, Escape from New York. That's a good film.
Fun. Apparently, local cinema there showing Escape from New York, which is awesome.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
We
playing.
go see Escape from New York.
Trolls
He's
is
been
playing
playing for
Solasta.
yeah, but he's been playing for 3 hours, so I think that's not going to last long.
Well,
Vorpal Tales. Vorpal. Oh, they're on a break. Flabbercino. Oh no.
Go
Flabbercino.
raid Trolls. He's on.
yeah,
on.
he's got well to go. Yeah, he loves this game.
He's playing Solasta, so he's going.
Yeah, he's gonna be up all night.
Flabbercino.
Right, we'll go say hello to Trolls, everybody. Let me just make sure that the buttons are right.
Trolls.
Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in. Great to see you all. Jade, Bong, Frank, Fiore,
Tim.
everybody, well done. Thank you for joining. Great to see you all. And thank you to our Games Master, some old pirate. And thank you for everybody for playing in this exciting edition of Blades in the Dark.
See you later, folks.
We will see you tomorrow.
Yes, for more things,
Things and stuff.
shenanigans, happenings, and
Raining.
goings on.
Are we doing this really awkward thing now where we have to sit and wait for it to go over?
Are we doing this really awkward what?
It's fine.
Talk
I'll hit
about
the end
Vindsvept.
screen and then we'll be quiet.
Sure.
And
You're
then
doing
we'll
this
leave.
really
you
awkward
can't,
thing
you
where
can't
I have
because
to
somebody
carry on
Jack has
talking
to-
until
That
Cry
Bye
alien,
bye.
the crappy
Bye
bunny man
bye.
with the
Bye
dog.
bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.